Let's talk about Rivian's earnings. This article is coming from CNN Business. Rivian shares plunge again on weak sales outlook. Shares of upstart EV maker Rivian plunged more than 16% on Wednesday after the company reported disappointing revenue and gave 2023 delivery guidance that fell short of Wall Street hopes. The biggest problem with the stock, however, was the company's announcement that it expects to deliver 50,000 vehicles this year. Wall Street was hoping for 60,000 deliveries in 2023. Ives, who had a buy recommendation on the stock, cut its 12-month price target on the stock to $25 from $37. Well, that's way off. Because shares are currently selling at 15-ish. Now, what's interesting is I remember when Rivian came out on its IPO, and the stock couldn't stop rising. At one point, as it states in the article, Rivian was the third most valued automaker behind Tesla and Toyota. So from the get-go, it was overpriced. So let's go to the charts, and you can see that this is the monthly chart. This is when they IPO'd back in November of 2021. It was off to the races. It got as high as 180. I believe there was news of orders by Amazon. I think Ford had some stake in the company, but since it hit 180, it declined pretty much 90% or so. All right, so this is the monthly chart, and what I want to share with you is that the January and February candles, those were indecision candles. So this was giving you an indication that there was no clear direction. And I'm going to I want to mark off the high and the low from these two candles. Okay. Because if price breaks or closes one way or the other, that should give you an idea where direction's headed. Let's go to the weekly chart. Now in the weekly chart, you kind of had an idea of where price was heading, as you have multiple weekly wicks indicating selling pressure. You also have price bumping up against a downward 13 simple moving average. Let's go to the daily chart. So yesterday price gapped down and just declined the entire day. You are getting a pullback, which is also testing the all-time lows. So a close above the 1526 would be good for the bulls. However, you have multiple moving averages still pointing downwards. You still have the 50 moving average below the 200, which is bearish. You have a conversion of moving averages right here, which would serve as resistance. Let's do so what I would anticipate happening over the next several weeks, you might get a bump in price, pullback because you are testing the all-time lows. If you want, you can call this a double bottom. But I think all EV makers are struggling at this time. The demand is just not there. You had Tesla, among other companies, lowering their price to try to spark demand. So I think ultimately Rivian makes all-time lows in the coming weeks. Until next time.